What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel, where in today's video we are going to be going over everything we know about the Kenobi TV series right now, and from there we will get into some speculation and talk about some things that I think we are very likely to see, and about some things that I would personally like to see in this show. So according to Ewan McGregor, the series begins filming this month, March 2021, although this has not been confirmed by anyone else, but I would say Ewan is a pretty reliable source for anything to do with this show. But the initial rumor was that the show was going to begin filming this summer, and that production was beginning in January. Turns out they're about to start filming, at least according to Ewan. And this indicates that the series will likely release in early to mid 2022, but that's also a pretty reasonable guess for The Mandalorian as well, so we'll have to wait and see which one they put out first. If I had to guess, I would say they're going to do Mandalorian in early to mid 2022, following the Book of Boba Fett, and then Kenobi will come in later 2022, but that could be flip-flopped, who knows. We're really just going to have to wait for official release dates on both of those. But moving along, the series is to be directed by Deborah Chow. I don't know if any of you know who that is. I don't even know who that is, but she did direct episodes 3 and 7 of season 1 of The Mandalorian, for whatever that's worth. The series is officially set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, so pretty much smack in the middle of episodes 3 and 4, and I like that because it gives them a lot of freedom. They don't really have to follow what was set up in Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars, and they don't really have to worry too much about what happens in A New Hope either. Obviously, things that were referenced in the movies are probably going to be covered in this show, but as far as the overall plot, they're not tied down or held back by what happened in the movies. The series is believed to consist of 6 hour-long episodes, and I know at first that might be like, oh man, it's only one season and it's 6 episodes, but it depends how you look at it. I mean, you could also say, hey, that's like a 6-hour movie about Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I think that should be enough. Again, like with everything, I say this all the time, it's all about how they handle it. But you definitely don't want to find yourself in a situation where they're overusing the character and going into too much depth and filling in too much. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that should just be left untouched and unanswered. I'm not saying I want that for this show. I don't want to be left in the dark about big mysteries concerning Obi-Wan's life on Tatooine. But you get what I'm saying. You don't want them to overuse the character, especially not a beloved character like Obi-Wan. So in regards to the plot for the show, obviously it will be taking place on Tatooine as Obi-Wan watches over Luke, but outside of that, we don't really know too much. Kathleen Kennedy did say that Kenobi and Vader will have another duel. We don't know how that's going to be pulled off, whether it be through a vision or a flashback, or if they really are going to fight again. But Kathleen Kennedy did refer to it as the rematch of the century, so that's definitely something to get hyped for. In terms of the actors who will be returning and possibly some new ones, Ewan McGregor will obviously reprise his role as Obi-Wan. Hayden Christensen will play Vader/Anakin. He could play both of them, actually. We could see him as Anakin through flashbacks and then as literal Darth Vader in real time. And as far as I know, those are the only two that are like solidly, explicitly confirmed for the show. We've heard heavy rumors about Liam Neeson playing Qui-Gon. I definitely think that's going to be something that happens. Liam Neeson has said he's up for the role, and that's like one of the big selling points. Recall in Revenge of the Sith when Yoda tells Obi-Wan that he has training for him on Tatooine, and he will teach him how to commune with his old master. So I definitely think we are going to see a Qui-Gon Jinn Force Ghost, and I'll be honest, if we don't, I'll be pretty disappointed. I really want to see that. There's been some light speculation that Rosario Dawson will appear as Ahsoka Tano. I'm actually not sure how I feel about that. Like I said, in terms of overusing characters, I don't want to see them do that with Ahsoka. So if she does appear, it could be interesting. I really like the character of Ahsoka, so I'm never going to say like, please don't bring her into this, but if she is in it, just have it be like a small role, maybe one episode. Show Ahsoka through a flashback, make it emotional, and I'm down for that. I think that's probably the best way to handle that. There have also been rumors that Jar Jar will appear. That was a rumor from a while ago. Don't really have any thoughts on that. Captain Rex also rumored. That could be a tie-in with the Ahsoka appearance, so don't know if it would be a flashback or if he would be there in real time, but I'm not opposed to that. I think that could be very interesting, but we'll see how they pull that off. It's also been rumored that Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru will appear. This definitely makes sense. We know that Owen hated Obi-Wan, so to see them interact on screen will be a very cool thing to see. It will be very interesting to get some more insight into how that relationship developed and why Owen hated Obi-Wan so much. This would also indicate that we could see a young Luke Skywalker here and there. We will obviously be hearing references about Luke. I'm not positive that we'll actually see him, but I'd actually be surprised if we didn't. I don't think we need like a close-up of his face where they got to do a bunch of CGI and stuff. That's fine if they do that and it looks good, cool. But I also don't think it's necessary, so we'll see how they handle that. I think it will be more like Obi-Wan seeing him from a distance, like how he did in that episode of Rebels. But who knows? We shall see. We could also see some Inquisitors. We could see the Grand Inquisitor. That would actually make a lot of sense. We could see Obi-Wan killing an Inquisitor. Who knows? And we could also see Darth Maul. Now again, I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but we do know that the only time they could really see each other, that being Kenobi and Maul, would be when Kenobi kills him on Tatooine, how we saw in Rebels, and they'd pretty much have to remake that scene, so maybe that would be cool for some people. I think it would be a fun thing to see. I think it would be really cool, especially for the people who have not seen Rebels, but ultimately it's obviously not necessary, and it could be seen as a bit of overkill for people who are familiar with what happened between Kenobi and Maul and how Maul ended up dying. Like I said, I'm cool with it either way, but I kind of want the Kenobi series to focus on stuff that I haven't seen before, stuff that I don't know about. We should also see Jabba the Hutt, actually. I believe there have been some rumors about that, and it does make sense. Jabba the Hutt obviously lives on Tatooine. He's a big shot gangster on that world. He is in control of a lot of what happens there, so it would make sense for Kenobi and Jabba to have a run-in, or at least have their stories tied together in some way, even if they don't come face to face. And the last person that I've heard rumors about and that I think makes sense is Emperor Palpatine. I don't think it will be a big role, but we could definitely see Palpatine maybe having a scene or two with Darth Vader, discussing Obi-Wan, discussing the Jedi, and I think that would be awesome. But that is going to wrap things up for this video. That's just about everything we know about the Kenobi TV series right now. I am super excited for this show. It's one of the things that I've been looking forward to ever since Disney took over Lucasfilm. So I cannot wait to see where they go with this, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Comment what you're looking forward to most, what you think we're gonna see, maybe some things that you don't really want to see. Just leave whatever thoughts you may have. But I am ending it here, so if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like to support the channel, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course, may the Force be with you always.